If I was a beginner home barista looking for my first serious looking espresso machine, one that looks like it belongs in a cafe but still fits my bench, to my budget and my skill level, then the Pavoni Cellini Mini might just fit my vibe. It's a single boiler machine with an E61 group, full stainless steel body and a surprising number of pro level features. But before I get too swept away in its smooth finish and exposed group head, there are a few things worth knowing because this machine asks a little bit more than your average Breville upgrade. Now, whilst speaking on things worth knowing, there is a link in the description down below to sign up for our Brew Club loyalty program. From here, there's access to early release deals and exclusive sales. It's free to join, so I'm just gonna leave it down below. All right, let's jump into the video. All right, so this machine is for the beginner or early intermediate home barista who's most likely stepping it up from something like a Breville or Sunbeam machine or similar, and is ready to take espresso more seriously. It's a better build and a more connected workflow, and that iconic E61 group head. Now, the Cellini Mini checks a lot of boxes. That said, if I need to make 5 lattes in 10 minutes, this probably isn't the machine. But the fact that I love espresso and make 1 to 3 drinks max and value aesthetics with engagement, I feel right at home with using this machine. Now, this machine comes with everything to get you started. Double spouted portafilter, single and double basket, a decent set of accessories, but let's get this one thing out of the way early, upgrade the tamper. This one that's included, it feels like an afterthought. This machine deserves better. Everything else, like the brush, the scoop, and the blind basket actually, straight out of the box, it's fantastic. And this machine is made from stainless steel. It's heavy, solid, and sits confidently on the bench. There's also a choice of mirrored stainless steel or this matte black that we have here. I personally enjoy the matte black. There's no rattling, no flex in the panels, and it's absolutely looking like a premium machine on the bench. You also get a cool touch steam wand, and mechanical pre-infusion. So when I lift the lever to brew coffee, I just stop halfway up for a few seconds and this will slowly leak water onto the puck of coffee at no pressure and extend the extraction. There's also both a boiler and a group head pressure gauge, which is a rare combo at this price. Then the E61 group itself. This is where things get real. So the Cellini Mini runs an exposed E61 group head, a feature normally reserved for much more expensive heat exchangers and dual boilers. Why does this matter? Well, I have stable temperature during my shot and mechanical pre-infusion, which I've already mentioned. Now, this is tactile, it's deliberate, and it connects me to the process of brewing coffee. With one small caveat, this does need time to warm up. We're talking 20 minutes minimum for full heat saturation within the group. So if I'm after speed and convenience, I might want to stick to machines that use thermoblocks. But once this machine is up to temperature, brewing is smooth and intuitive. All right, so with 20 grams in the basket, it's distributed and just tamped then. I'm gonna do a quick flush of the group head for about 5 seconds. This is known as temperature surfacing, and it will remove any locked in overheated water within this system. Now we're ready to lock in our portafilter. Place a cup underneath. I'm gonna lift the lever halfway to begin pre-infusion, and you notice there will be a bump in the pressure gauge as water slowly leaks into the top. Count to about 5 seconds, and then lift the lever all the way up to watch that pressure build on the group head gauge. That pressure feedback really helps with dialing in the coffee and learning the machine. And the results are solid, rich, balanced shots. And very little fuss once you get the hang of prepping your shot and temperature surfacing is learned. All right, let's now talk about switching to steam. As once I've made my espresso shot and I'm adding milk to it next, I will generally make all my coffee prior to steaming all of my milk. So if I'm making more than one coffee, I'll make 2 or 3 consecutive espressos prior to steaming any milk on a single boiler machine. And that'll make sense in a second. Because to get a single boiler up to temperature to create steam, we need to flick this steam switch right there. And in about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, I will have dry, powerful steam ready to go. And the Cellini Mini uses a 0.8 litre stainless steel boiler, and it delivers plenty of pressure to texture milk for a few drinks quite easily. And the Cool Touch Steam one is a huge win. I can get cafe quality micro foam. Well, my milk game is pretty decent, but even if it's not, this machine gives you time to learn. Now, here's the part where many beginner baristas get caught off guard. Once the milk is steamed, this boiler is now way too hot to brew espresso again. So before I pull another shot or turn the machine off in its current stage, I need to cool that single boiler back down. That means I flip the steam switch off, I place a cup under my steam wand, and then I flip the pump switch on to flush water through my steam wand for about 5 seconds, or at least until I see a good amount of water coming out of the steam wand. And this will mean that I have flushed the boiler with fresh water and gotten the boiler back down to a reasonable temperature to then either come back up to a good brewing temperature, or at least it's cool then that I can switch it off to use it for next time. So we're going to open up the steam tap. Releases all of that steam pressure, adds cooler water into the boiler. Turn the pump back off. Steam switch is off. Now it is right now cooler than you would want to brew espresso for. So if I was to just turn the machine off now, that's the perfect time to do so. If I want to now brew any more espresso, I'm going to have to wait until it cools back up again, warms back up again, heats back up again. So that's why I suggest making all your coffees first and then being able to steam. And again, if it was to 3 or 4 cups of coffee, that's a good amount. You can smash out 3 or 4 cups of coffee quite quickly, and then steaming 2 cups of milk at a time on this machine is very doable. So you can quite easily pump out 4 coffees at a time. And then it kind of has a bit of a workflow to get back to brewing more coffees again. Now, compared to other single boiler icons like the Rancilio Silvia or the Gargia Classic Pro, the Silvia is an absolute workhorse, but it is a little noisier, heavier on the edges, and it lacks that premium aesthetic look that the Cellini has. And the Gargia is beginner-friendly and affordable, but build and steam power don't quite match that of the Cellini. What sets the Pavoni apart is that combo of the E61 group, a more refined look, and those small features like the pressure gauges and the Cool Touch wand. It's not radically different in performance, but it feels different to use. Now, the Pavoni Cellini Mini is a bit of a sleeper hit. It's not loud in the market, and it doesn't have smart features or screens, but it delivers a proper espresso workflow in a body that's built to last and designed to impress. If you love the process and you brew a few espressos every day and you value aesthetics as much as performance, then this machine earns its place on the bench and probably in your morning ritual. Just don't forget to get a real tamper. Thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. If you have any further questions on this machine, add them in the comment section down below. I'll get straight back to you. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.